How you doing, people out there? This is Jay again, and I'm going to do or continue on with my videos to help out my people during Black History Month. And so after the intro, I will get into the next segment.
Gotta scat and get mine underlined.
Many styles as I combine on from the mind. Heal up, bring it back, come rewind.
Gotta scat and get mine underlined.
Many styles.
You wanna know what's up? Well, you got one, I just wanna kill you.
Again, like I said, my name is Jay, and I just felt as though it is very important for me to kind of help my people out with certain things that are going on in life, to try to help us better each other and better our race and our generations. So this is why I'm doing these type of videos. This video right here is basically something that I started to notice throughout time while looking at movies, TV, you read it in books, pictures. It just seems to like overwhelm you in it. But if you're not really paying attention, you're not really seeing it. And what I'm saying is how the majority is trying to make it look like their men are the best men for our women or most minority women to be with. If you go throughout history, most beautiful women of color had no choice. They had to if they wanted to be in films and in TV and stuff like that back in the day because of slavery and how slavery played out. After the civil rights movement and we were given our freedoms and stuff, we still were kind of put on a stranglehold in the industry. You see people who didn't deserve to play an ethnic character. You know, Keith Carradine playing Kung Fu, you know, when Bruce Lee was supposed to be the logical choice for that. Charles Bronson playing Kato as an Indian, when I'm sure there were Indians back then who could have played that role. Hollywood throughout time has tried to make movies, even though they were using different ethnical and minority races, they would just paint themselves up. I don't know who it is that played Lu Manchu, but you tell me there was no Asians back then who could have played that role. Charlie Chan. So throughout time, you've seen that Hollywood had a thing with only allowing their own to play other races of people. Now it's gotten to the point where they're subliminally making it seem like their men are the better choice for any woman of color or ethnicity. Just like if you look at beautiful women of color in the movies, Halle Berry, Gabrielle Union, Kerry Washington, people like that, they've had to have a white co-host as the love interest, okay? And it's even trickled out into their personal life where they are now with white love interests. If you were a beautiful black woman and you wanted to be in films or you wanted to be on TV or anything of that nature, you had to have a white man as your co-host. That's the only way you could get your job. What irritates me is that once these women have gotten in bigger roles and their status became bigger and they had more power to make decisions, that they didn't change the rules. The only person who I saw that did that was Angela Bassett. I've never seen Angela Bassett. Now, she could have, I don't know. But from every movie I've seen with Angela Bassett has never played a role where her love interest was a white man. And there's probably other people out there, but I haven't really seen that. Like I said, you look at TV, there's a white man with a black woman. You look at TV commercials. It's getting to the point where subliminally you're thinking the better choice for you as a mate in this world would be a white man. Subliminally, they are showing you this without you even knowing it. That really has to stop. Another thing that seems to be a problem is when you go to the workplace, it is very hard for a black man to survive in corporate America unless that man takes on the dog-eat-dog world of corporate America. But black women seem to move up the food chain much faster. All right. I remember working at a company called Icon, and Icon was a mail and printing contractual company, meaning that we were hired as contractors to go into certain jobs to deal with their mail and their printing needs and stuff like that. I was given a management position, and so I had to go through management training. And it was a white dude that was there, and he was telling us, different things about management. And then he said that what is the biggest person that corporate America is looking for? And so, we all given answers, but, nobody got it right. Eventually, he said that the corporate entities were looking, or the thing they wanted the most was a mother with children, okay? Because they said that a mother with children would do whatever it takes to survive and provide for her children. Well, that's not necessarily true, but that's the subliminal message that they tried to give us to make us believe that in corporate America, that the biggest commodity that they had was a single woman with children. I always thought that, there was something wrong with that, but then it's corporate America. It's not much that you can do about it. And then I started to think about it, like that is the reason why a lot of black families end up failing and getting divorced. Because if you're not going to let the black man get up in society, but you're going to let his wife or his girlfriend get up in society, then you're going to subliminally teach her that it's better to be with you than to be with him. Then that's why when she comes home with a different state of mind than she should. Perfect example, Tyler Perry's The Family That Prays. Sanaa Lathan's character was a go-getting black woman with a child that was moving up in corporate America because she ended up sleeping with the white executive. Then she would come home, and even though her husband was working and had a good job, he wasn't bringing home as much as she was bringing home because she was getting financial perks for sleeping with the owner. He was doing his legally and trustworthy, but she would come home and treat him like shit because she was subliminally being taught that he wasn't shit because he didn't have this position that this man had, and that there was no way he was going to get that position that this man had. So then when he started talking about trying to get his own business, and then she told him that he was trying to get his own business, he cut him down and kept him like that in order to keep her with him. Then her dumb ass decided that she thought that it was better to chase him down to keep her husband. He didn't want to be with her in public like that. So when she tried to force her point, he had to drop her. You only got this person now who you treated like shit. But that's the subliminal message that the majority wants you to believe. They want you to believe that it's better to be with them than to be with us. So you go through corporate America moving up and moving up and moving up and moving up, and then they're not allowing him to get but so far. So then you come home and you think you're better than him, and you're treating him like shit and talk about how much he's not a man because he's not driving the Benzes and the BMs that the corporate America majority men are driving at your job. He got a car, but he ain't got one of those. Y'all got a house, but y'all ain't got what they got. So she's being subliminally led to believe that if you want this, you got to leave this. Right now, we are being targeted and we are being slowly annihilated, from the police shooting us in the streets to the corporate bigwigs telling our women it's better to be with them than to be with us. So what do we do about that? Again, it's on women. You got to stand behind your man just like your man is standing behind you. Don't go to work looking at all that crap. That's just like the kids growing up watching the drug dealers with the cars and the bikes and everything else. And then they're on motorcycles doing wheelies. Then you see the little kids riding down the street doing wheelies, preparing themselves for that, to be like that. Do you want your kid to be a drug dealer, riding, doing wheelies down the street? Or do you want your kid to go to school, go to college, and get a good education and move up the ladder like he's supposed to? And if that's the case, then why would you cut his father down for doing that? You'll cut his father down for doing that. I don't understand it. So women, y'all need to stand behind your man. Learn to stand behind your man. Look at those subliminal messages for what they are. Bait trap. Look at those subliminal messages for what they are, and remember that just as you are a queen, and you should be treated as so. We are kings and should be treated as so. How's it that you want us to treat you like a queen, but you'll talk to us like we ain't shit? If you want to be a queen, you got to remember there is a king in your possession. Stop worrying about the majority and what they're doing. You want to know what they're doing? Watch Snap. Watch Buried in the Backyard. Watch Dead for Christmas. Look at how they doing with each other. You want to be that statistic? Stop worrying about what the majority is doing. Start treating your man like the king that he should be in the first place. Stop treating him like he ain't shit. And once we get rid of this subliminal message that they're trying to put out there, we will be able to have strong family structures again. So that's it for this section of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I want you to be safe out there. Try not to catch COVID. And I will see you in my next video.